everyone, I thought I would do a little check-in with you and see how you're getting on. I know this is a really weird time of year. It's the end of April, you guys should be getting ready for exams. For some of you it's the first full exams that you were due to sit and suddenly it's been totally knocked back. It's weird. We're all finding it very strange. First things first, I want to know that you're okay. So if you could comment below, if you could drop me an email, just let me know how you're getting on with things generally, just so that I know you're all right, because I care about you. I do. What I'm going to talk about in this video is how you can prepare yourselves for next year. Some of you are not taking modern studies. However, some of the things I'm going to mention in this video might help you with any subjects you're looking to take next year when the new timetable comes out. I will split the section, so I will do general advice, I will then do advice for National 5, and then I'll do advice for higher. So I'll put a little heading below so that if you can't be bothered or you don't want to listen to me drone on for the whole video, skip to the section that applies to you, okay? First up, general advice. It's really hard just now. 1, take care of yourselves. 2, what did you do well this year? In National Modern Studies or in any subjects, you need to reflect. That means you need to say, what did you work hard at? What could you have done better? What didn't work? Okay, you didn't get the chance to sit the final exam, but was it that you were getting to March and going, oh my gosh, I've not done enough revision, what am I going to do? I can't do this. Don't make the same mistakes next year. Mistakes are brilliant. Mistakes help us learn. And its failure also helps us learn. However, if you know that you've done something or not done something this year to help your learning, you've got the chance to fix it. And it's not easy, but if you know you get into bad habits and distracted easily, how can you minimize that? So I would really think about taking some time to think, how have you learned well this year? What techniques, what tools have you used that really helped you? What did you not try that maybe you can try next year? And that's whether you're national or higher. That's for any subject. Ask your teachers. If you're not sure where your strengths and weaknesses are, send me an email. I will happily talk through what I think your next steps will be. I am more than happy to give you that feedback, okay? Next point that might help you, read. Read anything. Literacy is such a strong skill, and as you've probably seen in modern studies this year, particularly when it comes to timed questions, there's a lot of information to read in a very short space of time. The more you read, the quicker and stronger you'll get at reading, and your brain will be able to adapt with it. It means you can read the source questions, for example, quite quickly and efficiently, and then have more time to answer questions. So if it's a newspaper, a book, a comic book, an article, a news website, a leaflet that comes through your door, that sounds super silly, but honestly, read. Read on your phone, but read an actual physical paper book. If you remember what those look like, you can open them and the smell of books, it's great. I would recommend them if you don't know what they are. It also means that you'll get time away from the screen whilst we are off on lockdown. Next bit of general advice. Get yourself organised. The new timetable is due to start on the 11th of May. We will be giving you materials and we will be introducing you to higher and/or national concepts. That means we will be teaching you material you will need again this time next year. Have a think what resources you have at home. This is a time to think, am I missing something? Is there something the school could give me to help, not me, you, but could the school give something to help me learn? Do I not have notepads that would be useful? Do I not have a good enough Chromebook or computer? We can't promise, but now is the time to ask your guidance teachers if there's any way of getting you resources. I will tell you in the higher and national sections what I would recommend you get if you are able to. So get yourself organised, create a study timetable. You are in a very fortunate position. Usually nationals and highers don't start their courses till June. We effectively have an extra month of teaching with you. Yes, it's online. Yes, it's weird. Your teachers will be trying to post videos to help you through things, but there is also a massive element of trust here. This is your learning. If you want to do well, you've got to meet us halfway. If there's something you don't understand, ask us. If you're struggling, speak to us. We know it's not going to be easy, but if you keep that communication line open, we will help you. This section is going to talk about the national course. So if you are timetabled for National Modern, stay tuned. If you are going to higher next year, you can skip along until you see the little title come up saying higher. So you've picked National Modern Studies. Yay! I am delighted, genuinely. I know for some of you, you're going to be new to modern studies. For some of you, it is just what you've been doing last year, but at a higher level, okay? In terms of getting yourselves ready for National Modern, I'm going to put a document, hopefully alongside this video, or I'll post it just after in the classroom, that gives you some top tips for National Modern Studies. How you can get ahead, how you can progress as best you can. I've already advised you to read as much as you can. Watch the news. All of you, watch the news. If there's any parents or guardians watching this as well, can you please tell your wonderful young person that they need to know what's happening in the world today? If you come into your National Modern and you don't know who the Prime Minister is, the President is, and what's been going on recently in the news, we will not be happy, okay? If you have seen something, you just don't understand it, that is very different. But you need to be getting an app on your phone, watching it at 6 o'clock or 10 o'clock or in the morning on the TV, looking it up online. It doesn't need to be your life. There's a lot of scary things in the news just now. 5 minutes even a day of, what's the top story? Okay, got it. What's happening around the world other than the virus? Okay, got it. That's it. Other than that, things that ideally you'll need for your national year. We will give you jotters when you get back to school, so you will get a jotter. However, some people prefer to take their own notepads and make their own notes as we go through the course. That's absolutely fine. I don't mind if you'd rather do that. If you can, I would recommend that you get yourself some highlighters and a folder, so a ring binder of some kind, to keep everything together. If that is something you don't have or you can't get, don't worry. We have stuff you can borrow in school, so when we get back, we've got highlighters that you can borrow a use of. We can get you a folder if you need, that's not a problem. But it does help. The best advice I can give you, and I'm sure those that did National 4 this year and are coming back for National 5 will agree, is be organised, okay? It is really easy at National to go, I'll do that next week, and the work starts to mount up. It's really important that you ask for help if you need it and if you don't understand. We will give you everything you need to complete your National Modern, but you've got to work with us. And finally, for National Modern, please don't forget the skills questions that you've been doing, okay? This year we've done so much work on your support oppose, your conclusions, and your, say it for me, decision making, good. Those are the 3 skills you will get at National. You will, next year, have a 10-mark question, 1 for each of those. So if you're looking for something to do, look at past papers. How are they set out? What is going to be the challenge for you there? Is that something you've done this year and you need to work on timings? Is it something that you're worried about? We'll do assessments and things in class. That won't be until after the summer anyway. So have a look at the topics I've given you. Ask questions, ask at home. Evaluate your prior knowledge. What do you know already about democracy in Scotland? What have you got no idea about? That will help you. This section is going to talk about higher modern studies. So, you've decided to take higher modern studies. Yay! I am delighted to have each and every one of you taking this course over the next year. I'm going to be honest, this is a jump. You all managed the National, you've done a National in English or another social subject to get here, so you know what's expected. However, it's a slightly different way of working. Top tips for higher. Firstly, go and look at the past papers. It's very different questions. You will have one paper which is essay based. You will have one paper which is source based. The source skills are slightly different this year, okay? There are still some of your favourites, but there are some new ones we're going to teach you. Same idea as previous. If you learn how to answer them and you've been reading lots, you'll be able to do that no problem. Second thing, get yourself organised for higher. I'm happy, or your teacher is happy, to give you jotters when you come back to school. However, lots of people at higher, I will be honest, prefer using their own notebook because they tear out the pages and put them in a lever file or a ring binder to keep them all together. That is your choice. We can help you get the materials, but I would advise, if you can, to get your own notepad, like an A4 notepad or something. If that's not possible, please, please, please don't panic, okay? We can help you with that. I would definitely recommend that you get some highlighters, even 3 if you can. Again, you should know that I have got you can borrow, but if you've got a little budget that you can buy some school supplies, a notebook, some highlighters, and pens and pencils will help you, okay? An arch file or a ring binder is a great idea. I know when I did higher modern at school, I had so many notes to file in that it helped me keep it together. That's your choice. If you prefer jotters, that's fine. Next for higher, have a look at the topics we're studying. It is very important that you notice over the next year you will be doing democracy in the UK, not Scotland. That means all of your answers in that section will relate to the UK Parliament in London, the Westminster one, the House of Commons, House of Lords. So you need to start thinking in your head, okay, we're talking about UK. We also do social inequalities in the UK, so that's looking at things like poverty, the gender divide, the wealth divide. Think back to your S3 modern unit, it's quite similar to that. Have a look at the course specification document that's on the SQA website that's linked. That is massive. If you didn't do that last week when I advised you to, I would totally recommend it. It will tell you everything that you'll be taught this year. You need to think seriously about what you did well or not well last year. It's a fast-paced year, okay? There's lots to learn and we will help you as much as we can. We will do loads and loads of timed practice because that's the bit people worry about. The best way you can prepare yourself, start engaging with the news. Lots of you did this for National and it was fantastic, but some of you you need to watch the news. At higher, they expect up-to-date examples. They don't want you talking about 2009. You can talk about 2019, 18, 17, yeah, not a problem, but you have to be on it. So start watching or reading the news on your phone or something, even a couple of times a day or a couple of times a week, if that's what gets you started. You also need to make sure that you're asking for help at the earliest opportunity. That doesn't mean you go, "Miss, I don't understand," 2 seconds after a task is set, but you've got to take time and go, right, do I get this? Have I tried it myself? Have I tried to problem solve it because I've been on the SQA site, the bite size site, and I've Googled it and I can't find the answers? Right, I need to ask the teacher. If you sit there and you quietly say nothing about it for 4 weeks, you're going to find it quite tricky. So please come and ask us if you don't understand something. I want you to enjoy higher. It's brilliant. The discussions that you're going to get to have over the next year, the debates, the ideas. There will be things we throw at you that you'll say, I don't agree with that. But that is the point of it. There'll be things that you go, I totally agree with that. So be prepared to come in with your opinions. No one's going to shame you. It's a safe space to have them. Like I say, higher is a big jump. If you're looking for things to practice writing at speed. Even if it's for literacy, for English, if it's for another subject, practice actually writing out, right, I'm giving myself 15 minutes to write 3 paragraphs on something. Why? Because when you get to your exam next year and you get cramp in your hand halfway through an essay, there is nothing more frustrating than you trying to finish one of the essays and your hand's freezing. So keep your hands moving. It sounds really silly, but honestly, you'll notice the difference. Keep your hands moving, keep reading, and you've got to stay up to date on the news. If you have any massive worries about higher, I hope you don't, but if you do, email and ask. I will put a document up that will give you some videos you can watch, some articles you can engage with, things to get your mind started and on the right lines. Overall, I am super excited that you are taking National or Higher Modern Studies next year. It is going to be a fun year. Honestly, Modern Studies, I know I'm biased, but Modern Studies is a brilliant subject to do. and we want you to enjoy it. On that note, I would greatly appreciate any feedback you've had in the course this year, whether you're third year going into national, or national 4 to 5, or national to higher. What has worked best for you in terms of learning? What do you wish we'd done more of or less of? Be kind, please be kind, but I would really appreciate your opinion, especially for those going into national and higher next year. How would you like to learn? What do you need practice of? What do you think, actually, I'd really like to do more of that? Your feedback will help not only the people away to do the course you've just done, but it will also help you next year, because if you're going into higher and you've told us you really like active learning, the teacher will try and include more active learning, if lots of you like that. If lots of you say, actually, I really like it when the teacher does talk, question, debate, we can include that. There will be a mix, but we'd really appreciate your feedback on that. Overall, very excited to get started. Please get yourselves organised, get a wee timetable, ready to go with your new nationals and hires, and remember your teachers are here to support you. If there's any resources you're missing, or if you think you're going to struggle doing it online, can you let me know? I'm not sure how, but we will find a way to get paper to you or a booklet or something to make sure you don't miss out on that precious learning time. If there's any parents or guardians watching, the same goes. Please get in contact with the school if you think there's something we can do to help. We can't promise, but we will do our very, very best. We want every single one of our young people to have the best chance at success. It's a weird time. And remember, if you're struggling with workload, talk to us. Don't just sit there behind a computer or sit and not say anything, because we'll worry. But if you say, Miss, I've not done all the work this week because something happened, that's okay. Just communicate with us. Overall, hope you're enjoying yourselves. There is a long weekend coming up, so do enjoy that as well. And if there's anything I can do to help, please get in touch. Can't wait to see you next year for your new courses. Remember and give us lots of feedback, and I'll see you soon.